everyone, and welcome to today's edition of the CrossFit Games Update Show. I'm Sean Woodland with Andy Sakamoto and Pat Sherwood as we continue to get ready for the 2017 Reebok CrossFit Games season. We've already taken a look at the men and the women. Today, we focus on the other three divisions that are competing, the Masters, the Teenagers, and the Teams. And if you are a fan of any of those three divisions, you're going to have a lot to watch in 2017.
I mean, the individuals get all the attention, right? Every year, the team competition becomes more exciting. Mm-hmm. Everyone here is a master.
That is true.
Know, people at home, they're not getting younger. They're getting older. And, the teens are just blowing it up. They're crazy.
And besides all of those that get all the attention, this is the best time of year because everybody gets to participate. Mm-hmm. All the gyms, just the kind of excitement and buzz that happens.
There's something
in
the air.
Yep.
We will start with the team competition where Mayhem Freedom is gearing up for a run at what would be an unprecedented third straight Affiliate Cup championship, but they're going to have to do it minus one of the men who helped them win their last two. Mayhem Freedom's loss is our gain. Joining us now via Skype is the man who will be helping us break down the team competition all season long. He is a three-time Affiliate Cup champion and a former member of Mayhem Freedom. He is James Hobart. James, thank you so much for being here today.
Sean, thank you for having me. Glad to be here.
First off, you know Mayhem Freedom better than anybody. I'm going to have you argue both sides of this. First off, why can they pull off a three-peat this year?
I think the biggest reason as far as why they can do it is just experience and poise. If you look at the entire team, aside from the fact that they have the fittest man in the history of the sport, kind of at the helm, it's just the fact that, everyone from Matt Hewitt to Lindy to Ellie Cabord and Kristen Reffitt, and we'll see Darren Hunsucker come on board. They just have a lot of experience all the way from regionals up to the games. They're the returning champions, and really they have a tried and true method of finding their weaknesses, improving at them, and performing under a lot of pressure.
If there are some reasons as to why they will not be able to three-peat, what would those be?
I just think the simple thing is it's going to get tighter at the top. Whether you call it progression of performance or what have you, it's as Mayhem and other teams like Hackspack Ute or even CFNE had seen bigger and bigger and bigger success. I think other teams started to believe, hey, we can do that too. Whether they went out and chased talent or started putting more time into it, there's a much more serious focus on the Affiliate Cup, and the teams are taking advantage of that focus and they're putting in the work. So I just think simply tighter at the top, less room for error, those sorts of things.
Last year we were in kind of a similar situation where we looked at some teams that might be able to challenge you guys in Mayhem Freedom and gave them some recognition, and it turned out that they were nowhere near you. If there are some teams this year who you think might reach that elite level, who might they be?
Right now, before you're even seeing rosters fill out on sort of the open website, I've heard rumors about from Adrian Conway maybe putting together some veterans from the old Hackspack Ute team. I certainly think they could be a threat for many reasons. They consist of former individual competitors. I think a lot of those guys obviously have experienced success in the Affiliate Cup. And then I think one of the biggest stories you'll hear is the Malleolo, Hendel, and Team Reebok CrossFit 1. Just a lot of really great athletes there. All of them at least regionals experience. The majority of them, whether it's team or individual, games experience.
James, we will certainly be keeping a close eye on this throughout the season. Want to thank you again for joining us, and James Hobart will be helping us cover the team competition throughout 2017. James, we will be talking to you soon, man. Thanks so much for stopping by.
Thank you very much.
You heard James say that the tide is rising in the team competition, but is it rising enough to get to the level where CrossFit Mayhem Freedom is right now?
First of all, James Hobart's hair is the greatest loss to Mayhem. The kid's got some of the best hair in CrossFit. Shy of that is fitness, obviously, but I really believe Mayhem is going to be okay. I spoke with Lindy Barber. She said already this early in the season, they're training more frequently together with all members of the team in one location than they were last year, and they're not even training for the Open. Yeah. They're already looking down the road, working on team tactics, so they're going to be tough to catch.
I'm pretty sure losing is just not even an option with Rich Froning.
The Froning factor. Let's move to the Masters. And there are a handful of athletes, and you talk about the teams in Mayhem Freedom chasing history, a lot of athletes in the Masters division who are looking to win a 4th gold medal here.
Yep. We're looking at Sean Ramirez. He is looking to get his 4th consecutive title. Also, Will Powell is looking to get his 4th consecutive games title. Scott Olson, it would be great to see him back up on the podium for his 4th title. And then Mary Beth Prodromides is also looking for her 4th title.
Who do you think, Pat, of that list, who has the best chance of bringing home that gold medal?
I mean, I have to go with Sean Ramirez. I talked with him on the phone, and there's just positive energy just flowing out of the phone at me. And I'm going to turn 42 this year. He's going to turn 43. So I really have an appreciation for what this guy can do, because I'm not even in the same ballpark. And he said the key to kind of his continued performance, he surrounds himself with people that make him feel younger and push him. He's listening to his body, and he credits his mentality before the 2016 games. He kind of had an awakening of how powerful his mind was. He actually planned on taking this year off, but he feels so good that he says he needs to compete.
Yeah, he is a guy who definitely knows how to show up and compete when the chips are down and when the money is on the line. So the teenager division now has been around for a few years. This year we're seeing some of the kids who have made a name for themselves in that division. Now they age up. Now they're in the individual division. So what would be realistic expectations for those kids who are now competing as individuals?
Well, looking at it, all 3 ladies from the 16-17 division are moving into the individual category this year. So for those ladies, just to make it to regionals, I think would be quite an accomplishment. There's a, not to diminish what they've done, but there's a big jump from that teenage division to the individual. And I'm also thinking about Nicholas Palladino. He is a 2-time champion. I actually don't doubt that he'll make it to regionals. What I'm wondering is, will he make it out of regionals and to the games?
I kind of have the same question, so much so that I gave him a call today and just said from the horse's mouth, like, hey, how are you feeling? Because you're a 2-time champ. What does that mean? Are you a shoe-in? You're definitely going to go to the games. It's going to be tough. He said the best that he can do is compare any scores that he's put up where he knows other athletes' workout times or lows that are regional games level athletes. He said based upon that data, he's not cocky, but he feels quite confident that he should be able to perform. But hey, the test is coming up real soon here.
It is. I mean, we are just mere now hours away from figuring out what 17.1 is going to be. And we're going to have a ton of coverage for you on the game site, on YouTube, on Facebook Live. You'll be able to watch all kinds of stuff. We'll have the live pre-announcement show. We'll have live coverage from both Montreal and Paris. We'll have the cool-down show presented by Arasti. And then, this is going to be a lot of fun, Roe versus Boz on Facebook Live, but it's going to be kicked up a notch. We're having the full broadcast team behind it. We're going to have play-by-play, color commentary. We'll have some sideline reporting, maybe some special guests. That is going to be a lot of fun to watch as Rory McKernan looks to bounce back from the whooping that Boz put on him in 2016. So it is all over. It's time now to get into some competing. 17.1 right around the corner. Next time we'll see you, it will be for the live pre-announcement show for Pat Sherwood and Annie Sakamoto. I am Sean Woodland. Man, get that fitness ready. The Open starts tomorrow.